Kia ora. This is Kia ora Oz. Welcome to the channel. I'm Darren, and this is the continuation of a lap that my late wife Selena and I started in June of 2023. After her passing, I decided to continue the journey solo, safe in the knowledge that she will always be a part of my journey. Follow along and find out what it's like to travel this vast continent solo. Ka kite. Welcome to the next video. So we on the road just left a free camp just outside Marla, South Australia. We crossed the border into South Australia yesterday, and now we're on our way to Coober Pedy. So this video will be all about us visiting Coober Pedy. So at the moment we're heading to the quarantine station. Well, we think the quarantine station's a bit further up ahead, where they check for fruit and veg at the South Australian border. You might remember in the video the last time I crossed into South Australia from Victoria. set up at a little hip camp in Coober Pedy. We're sitting up on a ridge overlooking the desert, which is pretty cool. I've been here before, so I was keen to come back. And that's our view for the next 3 nights. Pretty spectacular. Yeah. This is our campsite. Welcome to Coober Pedy. So we got onto Coober Pedy yesterday and set up camp. Went and did some shopping because we dumped all our fruit and veg on the way in, what little we had left. No bloody checkpoint. Waiting this whole time for the quarantine checkpoint, and there isn't one between the Northern Territory and South Australia. Anyway, I don't know why. So anyway, we went and did some shopping, came back, set up camp, and then had dinner last night outside around the campfire. We're in a really top spot here. I stayed here the last time I was in Coober Pedy, at a hip camp called Coober Pedy Views, overlooking the desert, up right up on a mound. Yeah, it's stunning views across the desert, and stars last night were just out there. So we're here for 3 nights. Today we'll be out and about having a look around. Not sure exactly where we're going to go, but that's what we're going to be doing. Yeah. Sam's fun fact. So oral history suggests that Aboriginal people knew where opals were in the Coober Pedy area, but did not value them because food was more important. In 1915, the first opals near Coober Pedy were found by a gold prospector. Early opal mining in Australia was mainly concentrated in New South Wales and towns such as Lightning Ridge and White Cliffs, and nearby Andamooka in South Australia. After World War I, returning soldiers sought employment in the opal mines, which were expanding rapidly. There you go. Right, so the local indigenous people knew about them, just didn't think they were worth much. Not to them anyway. Okay, so we're going to clean up and head out for the day. Mine Museum, which is in town. Umoona is the Aboriginal name for this area. Big Winch 360. There's a story behind this, I can't remember what it is. So we're taking a tour for Lily. It's a dog tour through Tom's working opal mine.
Looks like he's sniffed the opals already. Look. What is it?
He's an opal sniffing dog, not. I can probably remember some of the stuff anyway. Oh? I can probably remember some of the stuff from last time. What are you going to do? This is Crocodile Harry's dugout. He was a baron from Latvia, served in World War II, and then moved out to Australia. He was a crocodile hunter for 13 odd years, and then moved to Coober Pedy in 1975, where he made this dugout. So yesterday we headed out to Coober Pedy and had a look around. We went to the Umoona mine and had a look down there. They weren't doing tours at the time we were there, so we just had a look around the museum sort of part of it. Then we went out and had a look down in Tim's mine, to the self-guided tour down underground. Saw some opals in the walls and all that sort of stuff, and then we headed out to the Coober Pedy sign for some photographs, and then headed off to Crocodile Harry's cave or dugout and nest or whatever. Anyway, we'll have seen all that on the video. Today we're going to head out to the Breakaways and also have a look at the dog fence. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And we might eat out tonight. Oh, yesterday we went to the pub as well and played some pokies. Now I haven't played pokies in years. Anyway, I lost my money, so remembered why I hadn't played the pokies in years. Okay, so Sam's fun fact. So the dog fence, or the dingo fence, stretches over 5,600 kilometres. It's longer than the Great Wall of China. Not that it's made anywhere near as strong as the Great Wall of China, it's just bloody chicken wire. It was built in the 1880s to protect livestock from dingoes. The fence runs across 3 states. It was originally 8,500 kilometres long, but it's been shortened over time. The fence is maintained by the state governments, and it's one of the longest structures in the world. The fence has dramatically reduced dingo populations in the south, but that's also impacted the ecosystem by altering predator-prey dynamics. There you go, dingo fence. Anyway, clean out, get started for the day. So we're at the Breakaways. We're just going for a walk down to the end of yeah. Hopefully we don't get blown off the edge. The wind is out of control. Anyway, here we go. Dog fence, 5,600 kilometres long. We're in the South Australian portion. Runs through South Australia, New South Wales and Queensland. Keep the dingoes out. So yeah, yesterday we were out at the what's called the Breakaways, about 30 minutes out of Coober Pedy. So we went and had a look at that, and then we went and had a look at the dog fence, so the 5,600 kilometre dog fence. The wind yesterday was outrageous. It was just so windy, nearly blew us off the top of the Breakaways. So yeah, once we finished there, we came back to camp and had a bit of a lazy afternoon because yeah, the wind stopped us from doing much. We decided that we'd go to town for dinner because we weren't going to be cooking too much outside and didn't want to have a fire in that sort of wind. So we went to town for dinner, and yeah, that was it. Today is we're moving today. We're on the road today. We're heading south again to a little free camp just or somewhere around Umoona. So yeah, we'll head to that free camp today, and then tomorrow we're into Port Pirie on the York Peninsula, or at the top of the York Peninsula. Now, Sam's fun fact: the Breakaways is the main source of red ochre used in body decoration for ceremonies. Other ochre colours are also found in that area. So yeah, there were red and white I don't know, rock formations or hills. It's quite stunning. Well, you would have already seen that. So anyway, I'm going to end the video here. So this is the end of this video. The next video, I'm not sure whether it'll probably be about the York Peninsula, to be honest, before we then head into Broken Hill. Alright, so we'll finish it here and see you on the next one. Ka kite.